name, but chances are you know the face. Ben Mankiewicz caught up with James Hong, one of the most prolific actors of all time.
Yeah.
A sit down interview with James Hong can morph unexpectedly into an episode of Dancing with the Character Actors.
Should we dance a little to get some?
I'm looking forward to the dance. Is that now? Are we dancing now?
You have to think this is a 92-year-old man doing it.
James Hong is no ordinary 92-year-old. And while he can clearly cut the rug, what's truly astounding is a Hollywood career currently in its 68th year.
I've been an actor since 1953 or 4. Probably the only living guy that has worked with Groucho Marx.
That's where it began with Groucho. We'll get to that in a minute. Today, 445 screen credits later, Hong has been in Chinatown, Blade Runner, Bonanza, The Big Bang Theory, and a memorable episode of Seinfeld.
Cartwright! Just like that. Telephone for Cartwright. You know answer. She swear and I hang up.
You might have been in more movies and TV shows than anyone else ever.
I would think so. The major, movies and TV. There's some guys that have been in stage plays and such,
Who goes to plays? Forget the 445 credits. That he even has 4 credits is a tribute to his fierce determination. The son of Chinese immigrants, Hong was born in Minneapolis in 1929.
It was Chinatown, but in Minneapolis, Chinatown consists of 2 Chinese stores.
And one of them was your dad?
Yeah. He had an herb store, and we live on the 2nd floor.
As a young boy, Hong didn't speak much English. That made him a target in school.
I think my class was, probably 500 kids. I was the only Asian student. So the bullies would pick on me and beat me up. So because, bullies are bullies, right? They'll just pick on the underdog.
Hong's parents wanted him to be an engineer. That's what he studied in college. Then he was drafted to fight in the Korean War. What was it like to be a Chinese American in the Army?
One of my Army fellow mates there said to me, James, I think you might have a problem because if you are in an American Army outfit, charge the Koreans, they will shoot you because you're an American. And if you retreat, the Americans will shoot you also because they think you are a kook just in an American outfit. So he got me a little bit perturbed with that statement,
Hong entertained troops by doing impressions. He got laughs, and then he got an idea. After the war, he moved to Los Angeles, where he pursued his new dream, showbiz. A big break came when he appeared on Groucho Marx's radio show, You Bet Your Life.
Where are you from, Jim?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Of course, I thought you might be, because Hong is a fine old Scandinavian name.
Next came small parts on TV, often demeaning. He was the Chinese soldier, the Chinese prisoner, the guy running a Chinese laundry. You didn't play fully rounded characters. You played stereotypes, and that's it.
If you didn't play the roles that were given to you, you would be not working at all. So in a sense, in order to keep up my craft, I have to take these roles as the Chinese railroad worker or laundryman and so forth.
Though he was getting more work, Hong was also forced to confront racism. One incident still stings.
That's a very hurtful thing. And I was in London doing The Son of Charlie Chan.
It was a rifle that fired the shot, right? Well,
J. Carroll Nash was the Charlie Chan. Every day he had to push his eyes up like this, and he had to push his eyelid against that piece so that you wouldn't see the space between the piece and his own eye, doing everything. That got under his skin. So one day, he was on camera, I was off camera. I missed one line. He says, "What is this? A school for Chinese actors?" And I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. He started to advance me. I had my fist clenched. I thought he was going to slug me or something. He walked past and had me fired. And I went to his dressing room and apologized. I said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Nash, I missed the line." He wouldn't forgive me, had me fired. Don't talk about it. It just hurts too much.
So essentially, he got you fired because you had the audacity to be of Chinese descent in a movie filled with Chinese people.
That's right. I think he just was very prejudiced.
By the 1970s, Hong had already amassed a few hundred credits, including playing Faye Dunaway's butler in Chinatown. He's also in the sci-fi classic Big Trouble in Little China, a role he happily recalls.
A girl with green eyes to satisfy Qing Dai. A girl brave enough to embrace the naked blade. And when
I found her, I shall marry her.
Look, I don't understand.
More recently, he's been in every iteration of Kung Fu Panda. And this year, Hong will receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He is a living character actor legend and a champion for standing up against racism and fighting the stereotypes faced by Asian Americans in Hollywood and beyond.
In every role I played, I tried to make it a human being. And that's why I think I kept working, because I think not only the studio, but the people saw that James was portraying a Chinese as a real person and not just a cliche character.
It's not easy to do, to impart humanity into a character that is written so stereotypically.
Yes, that's true.
At 92, the characters keep coming, and Hong already has projects lined up to add to those 445 credits. Are you going to retire?
Whether it is nobler in the mind that suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune to die. Okay, what was the question now?
I think we have our answer. You're not retiring.
What's that word?
I mean, if I were making a movie, I'd hire you for something. I'd be the first person I'd hire.
Yeah, well, it has to be at least double scale, okay?
Well, then you're out.
I knew it.